Alright, hey guys, so, sorry for big cam going on right here. I can switch it back real quick. Switch back to regular cam, but, sorry that I haven't uploaded anything. I didn't upload on Tuesday. Well, on yesterday. Actually, yeah, yesterday as of when this goes up. Today when I'm recording, I'm sorry that I didn't have an Oblivion video go up. I've been busy focusing on finishing up my last two projects in my flat and horizontal electrode welding classes. Well, shield metal arc welding classes. So, what I have been focused on, I got my butt plates with backing strips done. Those came out well. I had to redo one of them, my flat one, but that came up really good. So now you have what I'm working on. I have them right here just to kind of show. So today in class, I set up shit. So I set up an open root butt plate. So as you can tell, with open root, you have to create your own backing strip with the initial pass, and what you're hoping for when you like weld it and stuff. This is with the 6010 electrode. What the electrodes stand for is that you have the first two numbers. The 60 would be 60,000 pounds per square inch to tear that weld apart. So to pull it apart, really, from pull end from end per inch at an inch, 60,000 pounds. I know the one means it can be used in any position. So yeah, it can be used in any position. And then the last number is the surrounding stuff, or the flux that surrounds it, that encases the arc and will either trap the weld to prevent any contaminants entering it and all that stuff. So with open root butt plates, basically you have to bevel it, and then you have to create yourself a landing, and that's by flattening the edges of the bevel so that they pretty much will equal the width of the electrode that you're using. I use a 3/32 of an inch electrode, 6010, so the actual width of the electrode does not include the flux that surrounds it. It only is the metal, the filler metal that you use. And I had to, I think this is the one on top is the one I had to redo. Is it? No, the one on top is the first one that I did. Well, the second one I did, and that one alright. This one, which is a lot smaller and actually a lot straighter, this is the one that I had to redo because so you're creating a land, basically, flattening it out so you can feather, pretty much make sure that your weld pool starts connecting, and then you can start with your bead going across, going back and forth, and then you have something called, then you have things that are called keyholes, where it doesn't connect anymore, and you have to use a grinding disc or a flat rock to then create a new land on that part, and then strike off, and then go again and again. This one's a lot better since it was my second time actually doing it correctly. It's not perfect, but my plan is for tomorrow. I don't have class until 12:30, pretty much 30 minutes before this video goes up, on Thursday. I'm going to be showing up at like 9:15 so I can get both of these out of the way, since in my mid class, I'm sorry that this is going on so long, in my gas metal arc welding class, or as I call it, metal inert gas class, because that's what MIG stands for. They both mean the same thing. That's what I'm going to be. We have flux core, which is it's a thinner, softer wire that is very much similar to an electrode, except it comes out of a MIG gun, basically. I suggest looking this up. A gas metal arc welding gun, where you have a trigger, a lead that goes into a spool of the wire that you're using. It's like a centimeter, like the diameter is like 45 millimeters. No, I don't remember. It's 35 and 45 or like the measurements of like width. It's very thin material. It's round, of course, but flux core is a lot more malleable. And for the past like few weeks to month and a half, we haven't had flux core, so I haven't been able to finish up the last two projects I need in that class, which is a plug weld, where I know I'm going on about welding, but because I love welding, it's a lot of fun, and I'll switch back to having small cam in a minute. A plug weld is basically you're using flux core to you have 2 plates of 3/8 of an inch mild steel. You can, and it doesn't really matter as long as there are 4 holes. So you have, what I'm planning to do is 2 holes on one side on one metal, and then flip it over, cut out 2 holes with a plasma torch on the other material, so they're not directly touching each other, because you need 2 plates on top of each other like this to then have a backing strip to make sure that it connects and stuff. And so with creating a plug weld with flux core, you need to start off and then just do a circle and fill it in and fill it in and fill it in until it's at most 1/8 of an inch above the original material. And you have to do that 4 times, clean it up, and then turn it in. And with the last thing I need to do is a backing strip butt plate with flux core. So 2 beveled 3 by 3/8 inch that are mild steel that are 4 by 6, and then a 1/4 inch thick mild steel that is 1 1/4 to, well, is it 1? Yeah, 1 1/4 inch to 2 inches by 8 inches, and that's where you have your, what I showed off before when I was grinding away. That's to make sure that when you're striking off with your material, you have a nice lead into it. So then, I don't know how to explain it. So when you're starting off, it's not going to be good, and then when you're continuing on, the bead that you're creating, the molten material, the molten flux core wire or electrode that you're using will, starting off and ending off, it will have contaminants, but as you're moving along, it won't. So it makes sense to have 2 inches off on either side, 1.5 inches to 2 inches on either side off, where going from edge of the actual butt plate to the other edge of the actual butt plate, you'll have little to no contaminants in there. Now there will be issues of veracity where it doesn't connect. I think that's the right term. I fucking forget, because I'm kind of focused on this shit right, the open root stuff right now. Veracity is where you have slag, the covering of metal and stuff inside of there, and then that you might have areas where the weld pool did not connect to the parent material and all that stuff. I had an issue with that with my first flat butt plate with a backing strip. So, and then you have to do that, and then you have to, with an oxyacetylene torch, I forget what the specific tip is called, but it's curved in a way where you can lean it up against the material, and it's called washing off, where you have the flame set to where you can see the cone as 3 to 6 blue cones, and it heats it up. You press a handle, we call that the hammer, and that, of course, you have oxygen going on as well. And then you have to wash off the backing strip, essentially removing this removing extra material that isn't entirely needed, because what you're testing is how good your welds are to in a bend test. And that's where you know if you have veracity issues, or if the weld pool, or if the beads did not connect. Because at most, well, you're supposed to have around 6 to 7 beads in total. You have your initial pass, your hot pass. Well, like 6 to 8, like 6 to 9 beads in total. If you're lucky, you can get away with 6. I try to go for 9 just to be sure. And then you have a couple passes on of 3 beads layered on top of each other. You have about 2 of those, and then you have your 3 cap, where you cap off and make sure that you kind of layer on the edges of the bevel where it's going down, just to really be sure. And then you have to grind all that out and cut it with a plasma torch, or plasma cutter. Yeah, plasma torch. I mean, I know I'm explaining stupid shit. Stupid shit to you, probably, maybe, but it's not stupid to me. Yeah, it's not stupid to me. So that's and yeah, you cut off the direct edges where the bead connected and ended at, like ended and stopped, first connected and disconnected at. You cut off, I think it's like 1/4 of an inch, and then you make sure to have 3 tickets is what they're called, where 2 of them are going to be 1 inch, and then the other one's going to be like 1.5 inches. Does that measure out to? It should measure out to 4 inches. Yeah, that measures out to 4 inches. And cut that out. You have your first 2, the ends that you mark as like 1 or something like that, and then the center that you mark as 2. You cut those out. You grind them down and make sure that specifically where the weld area is at, that's nice and rounded, because if it's not, that could actually mess you up in the bend test. You round that off. You make sure that the sides where you cut at are cleaned up so it doesn't get stuck. And then you do your bend test. If it cracks, that one failed. So first you bend it going, you can choose to bend it however you want, either going with how it naturally bent with the material naturally, or against the weld, with the weld or against the weld. And so you have your initial 2 that you test, and whichever one failed, you can use that extra 3rd piece to then test again to see if you need to redo it completely, or if you can just tack weld the piece that passed and then the replacement piece that passed. It's kind of whatever. But there is a class that I'm gonna have to take near the end of basically when the semester I'll graduate, which I'm planning for next spring to graduate. Let me go. Oops. There we go. Yeah. So next spring, I plan to pass to graduate and stuff. Called fabrication, where all the positions, flat, horizontal, vertical, and overhead, where I have to do mainly butt plates, where it's backing strip butt plates and open root butt plates. So before that, I still have to take, which I'm going to be doing over the summer, which is 8 weeks. It is, I'm taking vertical and overhead, and vertical is going to be difficult. Overhead is basically just going flat, but above you, so whatever. I think today I'm just going to kind of like collect souls and stuff. How much shit do I have? Yeah, clicked. Black soul gems. That's going to be my plan. I have nothing better to do right now. Let's see if this place is actually currently available. Port Isteris. Yeah, but that's what I've been doing this entire week, kind of prepping shit up, getting everything ready. So that's why I haven't really recorded anything until today, since tomorrow is my last class of the week. Well, today is my last class of the week, and I just want to kind of stay for the entire time, the morning class, up until when I am really supposed to leave. You know what? Before I even do this, I should probably, Oh, I'm sorry I kind of spent time rambling about all that stuff, but I like welding. It's a lot of fun. If it bores you, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to continue to talk about it as my channel goes on, and as I get further and further into, school, into college, and then hopefully into my career as a welder. So, I never noticed how shit the textures were for the snow. Oh, sorry about that if you're completely disinterested, but I don't completely care. Soul Training. That's gonna be the name of this one. I don't know. Do I don't know if I already have a spell like that. Yeah. Ah, my skill level's too low. I need restoration 50 for that. Shit, fuck. What is my restoration at? It's at 50. It's at 49. God damn it. Hang on. What is it? What is it? What is it? I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. There we go. It's that one. And then, yeah, I'll just do this for a bit. I could have been talking the entire time. There we go. Alright. I'll check in a second. But that's pretty much what I've been doing this entire week. I'm sorry that I've kind of wasted time just talking. But I don't completely care, because I liked it. I like talking about welding. It's a lot of fun. I need to put this stuff back in my bag, so I don't forget it. But, yeah. So, most of the video is just mainly going to be me talking about welding, and not actually having any gameplay. I'm sorry. Oh. Let me actually... Okay. This is going to take a minute. No. Stop it. My fingers are in like a really weird position. I'll just walk around for a bit. Come on, give me 50. So I have mysticism at 50. At least I should. I think I do. Ah, it's so close! Do I have mysticism at 50? I do. Okay. Illusions at 50. Conjuration is at 8. Speechcraft. I need to up that. Speechcraft is at 10. Destruction is at 42. So I also need to upgrade that. But, yeah. Come on. Give me the announcement. There we go. Yay. I'll worry about this stuff later. There we go. Cool. Alright. That took a minute. But... that's whatever. Now I just need to go and collect more soul gems. My headphones for my Xbox recording. Jesus. There we go. Yay. Capturing souls at a faster rate. That's all I care about. Oh. You saw me. Come back here. Yep. Ow. And away we go. Why did I take the long way around for that? Come on. Hurry up. By the way, this is what I do when I, like, need to collect and stuff for, creating potions and stuff, well, creating equipment and stuff for, you know, for, I'll take that potion of sorcery.
Well, well, look who
Shut
we
up.
got here.
Capture soul. Dwarven mace. Ooh, corrode armor. I actually need to learn that for, destruction. Just remember that. Why did I go this way? What the fuck is wrong with me? Why did I do that? I didn't need to go that way. I need to go this way. Or did I? Yeah, I need to go this way. Where is this person? Whoops, that was a waste. Elven mace. Okay, it's actually not bad. I would like some better armor. Damage speed. Okay, whatever. Come here, bitch! Hey, what do you got? Steel mace. Not worth it. Give me spellbooks, you assholes. Okay, I just captured a soul I did not want to capture, didn't I? I gotta check. God damn it. Drop. 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 Really? These are all lesser? Hang on, if I... Okay, whatever. If I pick these up, are they really... They're... They're all grand. Okay. Yeah, they're all grand. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. Why did it show that they were lesser?
Your face was the last mistake.
Okay. There's a lesser grab. I have so many that it kind of bugs them out, doesn't it? Okay, why do I have lesser? I have... What the fuck is going on? Why?
You'll never take me down.
Why am I getting lesser? Get back here. Okay, there we go. I think it's because I keep on fucking hitting the, Oh, clogs. They don't work still. The summons, which is fucking annoying. Now I have soul gems I can't use. I'm not even gonna bother selling them and shit, because what's the point? Get back here.
They're the best you...
Yay. Corrode. Potion of sorcery. I need fortify fatigue. Right. Alright, and I know I have a lesser one in here. Just fine. Where's it at? Okay. I don't have a lesser one. Yay. More potions of sorcery, hailstone, minor aberration. I have a fucking ad I can't skip, which is great. Although it is an interesting ad, I don't completely care. Alright, cool. Cleared out the dungeon. Again. Yeah, but this is what I do the entire time. Like, I'm collecting black soul gems. I go to some place that I know will respawn relatively quickly. And all that stuff. So, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording session since I spent so much time not actually playing, but talking about welding. I know that not a lot of you are actually interested in that, but those that... But, weird sound in my voice. But for those that are, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see y'all next week, hopefully, when I'm not so, like, mentally focused on something else. I know I'll definitely see y'all on Monday for Minecraft Dinosaurs. I don't know how far into the week for Oblivion, but I apologize for not uploading when I really set the time for it. Like, I set the day for it and stuff. Sorry about that. So, this is to make up for it.